To use the controller in USA Bracketing, you'll first log into the system, select your event. You'll need to make sure you have a user worker password set up. So select users, choose the workers tab, and then you'll add a worker here. You can either choose an existing account or just create a local password that anyone can type in. So you'll type that here. Make sure you give them the permissions for the live score and add it, okay? Once you've done that, you can open the controller by going to Operating, Live Scoring. If you don't want to log into the event first on your mat side computers, you can type in this URL at the top here, and that will bring up the controller without having to log into the event first. Once you bring up the controller here, go to Events, choose the event you want to get into. Now, if you were just bringing this up on a local computer, it would ask you to type in your password, but I've already logged into this one. So when you click into the event and you're logged in, it's going to show you your mats and your bouts. So choose the mat that you're on and choose the next bout. Okay, your period links will be set by however the event administrator has set the period links per division. You shouldn't have to worry about changing that unless there's some kind of an error there. You can change your wrestler colors here if the official wants them to be different than how they are automatically listed. And then you start your clock here, or the down arrow on the keyboard also is a shortcut to both start and stop the clock. So we have our clock going. Your scoring actions are listed here, and they are specific to the position of the wrestlers. So once we have a takedown, my green wrestler's on top, and he only has the options of the scoring actions that you can do on top, okay? Same with the one on bottom. So we're going to click the words here. Let's say I had a caution, but I accidentally chose it on the wrong wrestler. You can click on the word, and you can switch it to the proper wrestler. Or if I inadvertently clicked the wrong thing, you can click on the word and just delete it entirely. Okay. If you are a few seconds or a few minutes into the match and you realize you've had the whole color wrong, you can switch all of the scoring actions here. Okay. So no problem with that either. When our clock runs out, we're going to switch the arrow to go to the next period. It's going to ask you your choice. Okay. This guy deferred. This wrestler chose bottom. Now we're going to go again. If you have a incident that you need to start a different clock for, blood time, injury time, those are all below. So the official tells you to start blood time. You're going to click the blood time clock and start it. It's going to be counting there. Okay. When it's done, you stop it. You're going to click this period button up here to go back to the normal clock. And then we can go back to starting that. And it will remember where you're at in blood time, injury time, all those. Okay. At the end of our match, we're going to click Save Result. Now, in this instance, we are stopping a match before all 3 periods are over. So it's going to assume this is a fall. It's important anytime you stop a match before the period is over, really in any time at all, to double check your win type. Okay, let's say this could have been a win by injury default, or this could have been a win by a disqualification. So those kind of cases, you would need to change the win type. But this one, we're going to consider a fall and save and go to the next one. Now, if you ever get lost, let's say you opened a bout, you didn't finish it, you need to go back and figure out where you're at. You can go back to your mat here, or you can go back to your bouts. Say we went to this one, then we decided this one had wait time. We didn't really want to wrestle this one yet. So we go back to bouts to see the entire list. Additionally, if you need to, let's say you saved a bout too quickly and you realized after it was done that you saved the wrong winner, and you need to find that bout. Let's see, we're at 122. Let's say 121, we saved it incorrectly. We can search bouts by 121. The important thing here is we need to switch it to complete because we did already save that one, so it's not going to show up if you search incomplete. We search it, we find that bout, we are going to go back to the result, and then we can switch the winner to the correct winner. You're also going to have to switch the score because it's not going to let you score. Select a winner that had a losing score. All right, when we're done with that, we go back to our bouts. Clean out this filter because it's only searching for what we want. Mat 1 incomplete, and we have our bout list again. Okay. If you need to call a wrestler to the mat, they're not showing up, you can hit the call button, hit send, it'll send the mat chat to call the wrestler. And then you go back to the clock to go back to that bout, or if you want to go back to bouts and go ahead and go to the next one while you're waiting for this guy to show up, that's an option too. If you need to, if your officials are, your officials are trying to sort something out, they weren't sure what happened, the scoring actions happened too quickly, you can go to the summary. However, let me score something so it shows up. So we have a near fall. We have a lot of quick movement here. And then they're not sure what happened, who has what. So you can go to the bout summary here. You can see exactly what happened in each period. All right. And lastly, if they are using monitors for scoring, you can bring up the monitor, the clock on the monitor here, selecting virtual, and then drag this over to that screen.